Welcome. It's a Friday, 11:05 on 84 in Waterberry right now in Connecticut. I wasn't going to live stream, but about 6 trucks just cut me off. Tow truck driving in the shoulder trying to pass everybody for no reason. Figured maybe we'll see some good stuff on the way today. So on the afternoon drive yesterday, I was talking about the debate that was going to happen last night. Which, by the way, I would hardly call it a debate if you shut microphones off, but whatever. What do I know? Again, I said there were, after this debate, we were going to figure out whether there were going to be some big changes. I do believe there are going to be some big changes, and I don't know what went on with that Joe Biden last night, but oh boy, what a nightmare that was. I think Trump needed a little bit of help as well, answering some questions. He did a lot of not answering. He tends to do that, unfortunately. I think if he just stayed on, you know, it's like he can't stop himself from talking about other things, and then I got to ask him multiple times. It's like you want to just say to him, buddy, just answer the question first. You can say whatever you want after, but just be concise. I don't know why. I mean, it's him, but it's every politician that does that. But like, just answer the damn question. Whether people like the answer or not is let legitimate things happen. Let real elections happen, and that can only happen if people just say the truth. Maybe people like it. Maybe the majority of people like it. Maybe the majority of people don't like it. It doesn't matter. Just be who you are and say what you need to say. And let the chips kind of fall where they may, as long as it's fair and no one's and there's no influence somehow with fake ballots or mail-in shit. I mean, we should all show up to a voting booth with an ID. That's not hard to figure out. You know, you need an ID for everything. I mean, don't you need an ID to fly in an airplane? I don't see anybody saying, "Oh, I can't afford one or I can't get one." I mean, you can't travel, you can't do anything. What do you do without an ID? I mean, Jesus Christ, we're acting like that's like something that people can't obtain. It's 2024. I mean, God, you almost could get an ID over the goddamn internet. What do you mean you can't? We don't want voter ID because some people can't get them. It's ridiculous to think about, but anyway, I think Joe Biden made a bit of an ass out of himself, coming out to him, whatever, and then saying he's got a cold. I don't think he got the memo that they were going to pretend that he had a cold, because as soon as the debate was over, he's going hugging and kissing some broad up on the stage, some DJ or something. It's like, wait a minute, did they not tell him that he was supposed to have a cold? Shouldn't he have been staying away from that girl? I don't know. Again, everything about that seemed really strange. I mean, his first statement there, his first answer to the question, I'm wondering, like, is he breathing? Like, he didn't even take a breath with all those words he was saying. It was almost like he was like, he had some sort of, I don't know, was he on some type of drug? I mean, was his throat messed up? Was he on coke? Like, what was he doing? I wonder. I don't know. There's something going on there. I mean, to say he's got a cold, so stupid. Cold. He's got a cold, but then go running around kissing people right after your, whatever. You can't talk and you can't act right and you can't walk and everybody blames a cold, but you're going to go run around kissing people. I think they forgot to tell him, honestly, that they were going to say that if he started having a hard time. They were going to start saying things like that. But anyway, I think in the end, I do think Donald Trump won the debate. I think he does need to stay the course with like answering real questions with real answers. I mean, everybody keeps saying he was lying about things. I'm not quite sure that he was lying about things. I don't know what they mean by that. I mean, they said he was lying about how Nancy Pelosi said that she took responsibility. That's totally true. You can look up the video. I mean, they were saying on one of these MSNBC or something last night, oh yeah, well, Trump, we got video to prove it. Yeah, you have video to prove what he said. What he said is true. And they also say that he said that people walking out of the woods with torches and swastikas, he said, were fine people. That's not, is totally taken out of context. They did ask him specifically about those people in that same statement, and he said, of course I denounced them. Of course, whatever he said about, he never wanted their endorsement or whatever the case is. And then he said, I'm not saying that there's not fine people on both sides. In other words, he's not talking about them. He literally just said no to them. So, I don't know. It seems stupid to me that, everybody says that Donald Trump is a liar, but Joe Biden is a liar. I mean, with the whole thing about him calling military people suckers and losers, who knows? Nobody was there. There's one guy that he had fired because the guy, I mean, they had a storied past, him and whatever his name is, Kelly. Who knows whether that was true or not? I mean, if you take it at face value, it doesn't seem like it's true that he said something about the military being suckers and losers. I don't think that he would have said that. Doesn't really make much sense. However, I mean, I could see him trying to make a joke, maybe an off-color joke. Again, not necessarily saying it would be right or good or okay to do, but I mean, and if that's the case, then yeah, then he would have said it. But I don't think that he did. It just doesn't seem like his message. So I don't know. There's a lot of things that I would say Joe Biden lied, but I don't know that he said anything that even made sense. I did see Joe Biden making fun of Donald Trump's weight. I saw him, you know, trying to say that he's what did he say? He got the morals of an alley cat. So stupid. Things like that. I think he more tried to make fun of Donald Trump, which is strange because everybody said how Joe Biden won the election because he was the adult in the room, and Donald Trump, called him Sleepy Joe and this and that and Crooked Joe, whatever it was, and he makes names for people, and they think that's so ridiculous and what have you. But I don't know. It seems like in the end, Joe Biden was pulling a Donald Trump there. All he was doing was trying to make fun of him and call him names and shit. It was not a good night for old Joe Biden there. He looked like shit. He sounded like shit. I feel like there was something that he was doing. I think he was reading in some way. I don't know how. I don't know if he had something. I don't know, or he was being told something. I don't know if it was an earpiece. I don't know if it was. There was something going on. I'm telling you now, because I don't know if anybody noticed this, but maybe go back and watch. something was happening because everything that fucking guy did, he was using a list. Number one, blah. Number two, blah. Number three, blah. It's almost as if somebody was showing him something in a way, okay, Joe, here's what you need to say when you have to rebut this thing. Number one, this. Number two, this. Number three, that. And that's all he kept doing was talking about listing things. And I feel like he wasn't supposed to say number one, number two, number three, which makes me believe there was something. I don't know if they make contacts now that have shit. I don't know what it is. Honestly, I'd be like conspiracy theorists been saying, but the way he was talking and the things that he was saying and how he was saying them totally seemed like there was some type of script. It just didn't seem right. Again, I'm not trying to say I don't know what the hell is going on. I'm sure he doesn't. He's not cognitively there. That's for sure. So for him to have, I don't know, all of these things memorized, these lists of things, I just don't see that being possible. I mean, 90 minutes of stuff. I mean, we know that Trump talks off the cuff, right? We know that. And they probably said to him, hey, here's the messages that you need to say, and say other things because you're Trump and that's what you do. But notice how he repeated himself so much because he was just trying to stay on his own message. But Joe Biden is saying something different stuff in lists the whole time, and there's no way that he has the cognition to be able to do that on his own. So I don't know. In fact, and I don't mean that in a necessarily like just a Joe Biden is a fucking asshole way. I mean it in a, how many 81-year-olds do you know that could have the memory to name all these different lists depending on what question they're being asked? So something was definitely a bit wrong with that. I'm not sure what it was. I can't be sure. I'm not there. I wasn't able to test anything. Who knows? Obviously something was up. But I think in the end, I think that destroyed everything that Joe Biden was, trying to achieve. And I think that whoever put him up to that, whoever said, yeah, go debate somebody, I don't give a shit who he would have debated. But that was insane. That was absolutely insane. Not the right thing for him to do. Bad advisors, bad idea, bad debate, not non-debate. Like I said, I mean, that's not a debate when you ask somebody a question and don't let somebody else talk. Maybe go to them if you feel like it for a rebuttal. Maybe not. I don't know. That's not necessarily a debate. A debate, honestly, should rarely not even have a moderator. Just start the debate. Hey, guys, you guys are both trying to be president. Start talking. Figure it out. Maybe then you would have a proper debate. But what we saw last night was it was not a debate. It was just a question and answer session with maybe you could rebut if someone talks about you a little bit more if you're Joe Biden, a little bit less if you're Donald Trump. But in the end, it was not a debate. It was just a joke. Like I said, Trump, he didn't really make an ass of himself.